my controls are not letting me adjust anything, but they're not. So
we will deal with those technical difficulties.
Yeah, it is what it is. See, I think that needs to be. You know how you have their acronyms like YOLO. You know, you only live once.
What it is. Is already an acronym.
Oh, it already is. I was going to say IWI.
Look, I even see my mom use that. It's an acronym. Trust me.
Huh?
Jory will be joining us shortly.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I've got the volume adjusted. So, hopefully everyone is doing all right this week. Howdy, imagination. I tell you what, if you'll come forward a little bit, I'll preemptively get you a couple of things, and we'll get where we need to go. And I guess time will tell if my brother decides to come over tonight or not.
Y'all will have to excuse me.
Hold on. Oh. Is your rescue inhaler in here or in the?
It's on my tray in the.
All right, hang on. I'm trying to bring you some things so that he can be taken care of.
God, thank you for your patience. Your lovely priestess is tending to her hubby, which would be all right if I didn't feel like a Mack truck had hit my head.
Well, hopefully the Tylenol will help with that. And I guess just we'll stash that somewhere, maybe put it at Galvatron's feet. I don't know.
He'll be huffing on it the whole time. Yeah. Don't put anything in his feet. It's mine. And next thing you know, you got nothing. I'm surprised you've been able to drink a Coke in the last 35 years or so. He thinks everything belongs to him.
Yeah, but I have a hard time imagining Galvatron huffing on an inhaler. That just doesn't seem like.
Children explore with their mouths, and he's going to do that.
I'm not responsible for what happens to you in Dreamland, okay?
I've got Tommy to protect me.
Yeah, but anyway, on the good news, for folks that have early access on Patreon, the latest episode of the how-to guide is up, and it will go live for everyone on Monday.
Yes.
So $5 is the early access. So, and I'm working on more fun treats for everyone that's in my Patreon peeps. So, this one was a lot of fun because we had Darren and Morgan involved, and it was very effects heavy. Let's put it that way. So I think you'll like it. Hey, Akira. Yes, greetings, fellow humans. Definitely.
For immature audiences only.
For immature audiences. Yeah, well, it's funny. Somebody's saying, now I really want a swivel chair. Well, it's funny. This is like one of those crazy gaming chairs, and Darren arranged to have it given to me in 2020. And it's okay, but I tell you what, they make those gaming chairs for tall people. If you're short like me, the only reason why I made it comfortable and made it work is because I borrowed a spare cushion from one of Darren's old wheelchairs so that I could kind of jack myself up and let my elbows hang naturally. Otherwise, I was sitting like this going, is this ergonomic? So yeah, because they make them for taller people. It would fit Morgan just fine, but I had to adapt it. So, but that's a discussion about the world of gaming and gender disparity and stuff like that, and I think he'd have some strong opinions about that too. But we'll save that for like an exclusive video or something.
Yes.
But in the meantime, tonight we are honoring Jehuty. Because he has a feast of going forth, and Sekhmet because hey, she's our patroness, why not? and we could all use some healing and, some protection and things like that. So, that is those are the deities of the day. So, what?
Sorry. You said deities of the day, and I'm thinking, secret word, of the day, Pee-wee's Playhouse. My bad.
Oh, okay. I never got to watch Pee-wee's Playhouse. So. My mother flat out refused to have anything to do with that show, and so I was censored out of seeing that little slice of the 80s.
As much as I did not want to watch it at the time, I have to say it is extraordinarily well done.
Well, I don't know. You think the episode we put together is about that level of cheese?
No,
more or less.
Oh, much less.
Okay, cool. Well then, there you go. And I made sure that the waters were not as cold this time. And let me see what's going on here. Oh yeah, okay. There. Totally not anyone. Oh, anyone else getting snow? Yeah. This little fairy of a patron guide and others are local deities.
Yeah, there are some people in New England who are getting like 2 foot of snow expected.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh hey. I love the shawl. That's cool. Oh, so you got like the whole hijab thing going. That's really pretty.
I love it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, and see, I've for a long time, before we get started, for a long time, I wondered how it was that and you can't see it because she's in our video chat on my phone, but one of our viewers has a lovely hijab, and the I don't know what they call it, but it's the part underneath.
Yeah.
So that the scarf isn't like falling off, your hair isn't like coming out of it. And see, I always wondered how they did that, but then researching it, they cheat basically. So it's not just one shawl; they have like kind of a couple of things like you've got.
Is it true that they keep a Boba Fett mask underneath there?
It's actually 2 pieces.
Yeah.
The bandana with the picture which holds the top part.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this piece because even though it can be wear alone, I
Mm-hmm.
like to do like the wimple effect.
Yeah.
So I just take this and I've got my wimple.
Cool. Yeah. That's really cool, and I love the green too. It kind of reminds me of one of my scarves that actually I used in the video where I was doing ritual garb. Of course, I realized after the fact I've got a green sash and then a green screen behind me, so I'm like, oh crap, that's kind of like the way the green screen effect works. If you're wearing the same color as what's behind you or close enough, you'll suddenly get a hole in your image. So I had to use a few things to cheat and get that to come out. But yeah, the things that you do, when you're toying with special effects. But I guess I cheated a little bit this time. The waters are not as cold because I ran them under the faucet until it got warm enough. So we will find out.
Bless you.
So yeah, we may cut down on the comedic factor, but we'll find out if it was worth it. So, alrighty. These cool waters are upon my hands, and they purify me, as Sekhmet purifies me. Hail unto you, Newt. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. Our purity is upon our hands. Our
So
purity
nice.
is within our hearts. We have cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. We are pure. What? You're not gonna flick it at me because it wasn't cold
It was
enough?
so nice. I'm not going to flick it at you. I do have to go pee, but
Well, that sounds like a personal problem.
yes, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. And incidentally, I blame you. One of the ways that Darren remembers the Egyptian name for our lovely ibis-headed deity is something about Jehuty and the blowfish.
Yes.
And so
Can I have
some,
that?
oh yeah. So sometimes I will get I only want to be with you in my head.
You're welcome.
You know, I think he thinks it's funny. So I guess if that is a way to remember, you know, his Kemetic name, there you go. So alrighty. Okay, you're gonna see my hand over the camera for just a moment. I want to fumble with the buttons. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. Come in peace, bright eye of Horus. Come in peace. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it. Receive the light. The eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the light. The eye of Horus comes to the four corners of the world, to everyone who's tuning in, now and in the future. The eye of Horus comes, and we are purified with it. Receive the light.
Receive the light. Sorry, but look here.
Hold on. You arise in the Aketis Kepri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven in Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, and hail and praise unto you, O Djehuty, a Sekhmet. Hail unto you, O Necharu, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at, cast out Spet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. And by the way, that idea of doing a service where, you know, we basically honor the lesser known deities, that's a great idea, because, you know, we could honor, you know, Bess and Talret, you know, some of the other ones that don't have a whole lot of major
Yeah,
feasts.
it'll be like a spin-off series,
Okay. But like Knots Landing kind of thing.
Like Knots Landing was for Dallas, or like
Okay.
Mork and Mindy was for Happy Days, and
Okay.
Laverne and Shirley was also one for Happy Days.
Weird. Okay.
Like the MCU, it's nothing but spin-offs if you think about it.
That's a whole other tangent. Let's
Yeah.
let's focus on presenting our offerings. Although I think Djehuty is patron of the internet and all things nerddom. I guess that's kind of appropriate. Things being as they are. Take these, your cool waters, which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. These waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk from the great flood, that you may be purified with it. And a pile of sweet things for Jehuty. And we give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. We give to you this eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Okay. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus, so lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. The gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill the eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine, and your water. And even though it's cold right now and snowing in a few places, the snow will melt and the time will come to plant gardens soon enough. And may they be prosperous this year. Pure is Ra Horaketi within his house. Pure is Jehuty, 3 times great, within his house. Pure is Sekhmet the Great within her house. Pure are the cause of all of these gods, with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuty proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance, thousands of offerings, all things good and pure. For Ra Horaketi, for Jehuty, for Sekhmet, in every place that their immortal cause dwell.
Is there a particular music there?
Hold on just a minute. I also realize we need to light our candle for Sekhmet. Honor her. Hail of Sekhmet the Great, the eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, sovereign, mistress of life, light and life, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, mistress of fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at, who detests Isfet, Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. Come to your body, O Ra-Horeketi. Come to your body, O Djehuty, Sekhmet. Come to your body, Zoyunetchadu. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings, and partake of them. Come, O people, raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift the offerings before Ra, before Jehuty, before Sekhmet. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. Did I hear that smoke detector again?
Mm-hmm.
I swear, it's quiet the entire week. The entire week.
The moment you broadcast.
Yeah. It's like something. It just picks something up and sweet.
Maybe it's because people are here.
Could be. Well, their turn is coming.
I heard that, Mr. Burr.
Hmm?
And I heard a certain, timbre. Well, hurry up, damn it.
It's probably taking issue with the fact that there are no Snickers yet. I don't have any Snickers on there.
I think they stopped making those.
O Ra-Horeketi and your son, the Oser Nisu Nebkapiru Ra. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these, your offerings, and receive them from our hands. And from the gods to the blessed dead,
Forgive this offering
we light this candle,
this offering of tea,
that it may be the eye of Horus for them and light their way to below. And these cool waters from the table of Osiris, that their hearts may be refreshed. Orakare ta henket kakao apdu sanachurmaham. Kutnibet nofra wabet onkhet nachurimin kawin akupunibu makirunibu kiranachra. A voice offering of bread and beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives. For the cause of all of these aku, all true of voice before the great God. And at this point, we need to remember Darren's cousin Vinny, who passed away earlier this week. And he was 51. And this is also the anniversary of the Challenger today. And those of us who were alive at that point, that was something that impressed very heavily upon us, especially for Darren, because it was several months beforehand that you met the captain of that crew, right?
Commander.
Yeah. But it was when they were doing training in Houston a few months before the mission itself.
Yep.
And of course, Darren lived in the area and went to Space Center Houston often, and happened to meet the gentleman who was the commander of the Challenger.
Yeah.
And so, it was something especially poignant for you. And so I figured it would be appropriate to remember them too, especially because Jehuty is a patron of sciences. They their life's work was under his purview. So
I would also point out that the voice actor of Charlie Brown passed recently too.
Yes, you were
Yeah.
telling me about that, the voice of Charlie Brown, and that's really, really sad to hear too. You know, I hate to hear about that, but that happens a lot to. Apparently, he was a child actor and had some of the same problems that like the actor who played Peter Pan had. You know, and it's unfortunate that we lost him, but this is where we remember all of our loved ones and those that, you know, we want to send love to. So. We come unto you, O Ra, as Jehuty comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your Ka shall live. Truly, your Anid has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Anid says unto you, your word is law eternally. The Sped is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. And may we always act with gentility and compassion, for such is the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality, for such is the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity, for such is the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness, for such is the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth, for such is the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good, for such is the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such is the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such is the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuty, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay. And I know there's several comments in there. I'll have to check those in just a minute. I'm going to read a couple of prayers for Jehuty and for Sekhmet. Excuse me. And then I know you wanted to read a hymn, so we'll see if we can get that too, and others as requested. So let's hold on. I'm just going to try and keep going forward. First of all, to Jehuty. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuty, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemnu, wise one and you knew. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osir, their names are in your list. The Anid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds. The fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten. Your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial. Great one, Lord of Ma'at. Okay. And to Sekhmet. We ask for her to grant healing for those who are sick. And Jory, I know you said you wanted to express thanks because your grandfather is doing better. And oh, hang on. Huh? Oh, he's almost able to come home soon. So then we definitely want to ask, for him to get to where he can come home. And so we'll say our litany to Sekhmet. 7 arrows. Hail, Sekhmet, who presides over the land. Lady of flourishing, generous one. Sekhmet, who protects the two lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail, Sekhmet, O Curl, O hidden lady, Wajit the Great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail, Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Especially in the Ukraine right now. Hail,
God bless them too.
yes, we ask for Sekhmet's aid in the Ukraine. Hail, Sekhmet, who guides mankind, lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail, Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the two lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fifth arrow of storms. Hail, Sekhmet, who loves Mahat and hates Zizfet, lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the sixth arrow of oppression. Hail, Sekhmet, Uraeus, who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the seventh arrow of disease. Okay. Tell you what, Jory is tuning in with us. I will let you read your hymn. I'll turn it up just a little bit. And while you're doing that, I'm going to check and see who else we've got requests from. So,
And do we have a particular deity of the day that I should honor?
Say what?
Is there a particular deity that we're honored that we could go honoring today?
Oh, well, Jehuty. But if you had something that you wanted to read, you wanted some thanks to give, then go ahead. I'm going to check the comments.
Okay, the hymn to Jehuty. I want to do a hymn to Jehuty and then that's good though. Yeah. I was going to say also a short. Should I read just the English or can I read the Egyptian and English? Yanetche Jehuty Sesh Mahat. Duati Jehuty Sesh Mahat on Pasachet Moret. Duati Jehuty Sesh Mahat Em Wasaket Arat. Sesh Majat Nature Sesha Em Raket. Sesh Nature Session Ware. Session on Put on Ta on Duat. Shasta Sestat. Yament Yamut on Duat. Set on Atum Set on Loria. Saken Nacharu Im Saken Nachari. Shopes Eka Nagu Kiref Ankawin. Kiref Winner Raket Wahaya. Buddha Wat Winner Yaka Winner Ruet. Oya Jata Texas King Watan Jostu. Sajum Wabu Winner Saraj Winner Oya Nep. Kemes Winner Emsen and Newt Tip Ledewi Baal Eka. Dia Web Nichir Nehem Jehuty Yanun Maha. Amen. Hail to Thoth, Scribe of Mahat. Praises to Thoth, the Scribe of Righteousness for the great Iliad. Praises to Thoth, Scribe of Righteousness in the broad hall. Scribe of the divine book, skilled in all knowledge.
Oh, nice.
Scribe of God and the great God. The guide of heaven, of earth, and the netherworld. Mysterious one, the secret one in the west, in the midst of the netherworld. Throne of Atum and the throne of Ra. The power of the gods in divine power. Make your splendid words bring us life. Grant us all wisdom and understanding. Illuminate our path that we may prosper. O Vizier, the chief scribe, the sacred Ibis and aid. Hear our plea, and strengthen us, O Lord. We bow in reverence for your splendor. Thank you, great God, Thoth. Really did us so. Amen. Amen.
Okay. Okay, I was reading over the comments, so I noticed that we had some folks who asked for prayers, for someone whose cat is sick, because they got a hold of some chemicals, and I'll also include some prayers for my brother's kitty kingdom. They're doing well, but they're having to adjust because we took in another cat, a few months ago, and he's still kind of, getting the hang of everything. So we'll say a prayer to Bastet. And it looks like we need to say some prayers for the weather because there's ice and snow expected. And those of us down here in Louisiana and Texas kind of still have shell shock from last year. So, so we'll honor Bastet and Mahes. So.
Can we also say a prayer for Mahes and Sekhmet to protect my aunt's son or aunt's nephew? Because he's in the military, and I'm hoping that he doesn't get deployed to the whole situation in Ukraine or whatnot.
Yeah, that's another good one. And hang on, I'm going to adjust the phone, but I'm going to pass on in case anybody didn't hear. Prayer requests for those that are in the military because we want them protected because of what's going on, and we don't want things to get worse and with Ukraine. So we'll start off with Bastet and then with Mahes. Looks like we need to relight our Sekhmet candles. So. Hail and praise unto you, Bastet, Lady of Love, Lady of Life, daughter of Atum, firstborn of the Lord of all, greatest goddess, Lady of Heaven, mistress of all the gods. You open the movements of Shu, for he is your messenger. You slaughter with your arrows, you slay the evil one and seize the hearts of the wicked foes. Lady of the shrine, foremost of the sacred fields, mistress of perfume, mistress of joy. O Eye of Horus, O Eye of Ra, Uraeus whom Ra loves, protect us until the dawn. Okay, and let me adjust. Get our candle for Mahes. Oh. Hail and praise unto you, O raging lion, the scarlet lord, flashing and thundering God, Lord of darkness and winds, one who acts swiftly, great God who listens, most glorious Mahes, O son of mighty Sekhmet, protect us from every evil, Lord of slaughter, protect those who are innocent. Hear our prayers and defend us as you defend Ra from his wicked foes. Okay, and we will put their candles together. Oh, hey, check that out. So let me just pour off a little of this extra wax. The crazy thing I have figured out is that it is actually simpler to just get new candles when these burn down than it is to try and refill them because, the problem that I keep having is that the wicks are just not, they don't hold up well enough, with the wax and everything. It's just lately it's been a pain. So, but at least we've got it lit. So. We ask for Sekhmet to grant her protection and healing. And so we had prayer requests for long life and health for folks, for their grandparents and aunts and uncles. And I see your shrine is really pretty.
Thank you.
And I'm going to use a couple of pictures. Say what?
I was going to say, I would also want for us to pray to Sekhmet that she can either deter my boyfriend Ivan from joining the military in October, or at the very least, if he decides he still wants to go to her to watch over her mission.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. That. So maybe give him an idea of an opportunity to do something better rather than joining the military. But yes, so may Sekhmet continue to protect and watch over. Okay, and I'm going to check over here and see what other requests we've got, because I think we've got some more. Oh yeah, and because I saw someone had a pet, an alligator named Blackwater. That's kind of an interesting name. But okay, a prayer for this is my mental and physical health are not in a good place right now. I have a request that I get a handle on it. Definitely. I'm actually doing some work in my I don't know. I guess you could call this a grimoire because I write notes in it, and I'm working on something for positivity and calm, and because I know that there's not a whole lot of spells and things out there for overcoming anxiety and stuff like that, and for mental health, but there needs to be, so that's something I'm going to work on, but.
My Sekhmet on this side.
I'm also going to. There's a Feast of Newt coming up, and I don't have anything, I don't have an icon of her. I've actually got some artwork of her on papyrus, but it's up on a shelf, so you can't really see it. But we'll we'll say a prayer to her real quick. And then we'll do some divinations. So if y'all have some requests for that, just go ahead and let us know.
I will for that.
Okay. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Hail, O Newt the Great, Lady of the Sky and Mother of the Gods. Hail, O Newt, the Divine One, the Great Goddess, Mother of Ra and Mother of the Stars. Hail, O Newt, O you of 1,000 Bahs. Okay, man. Excuse me, just a moment. Okay. Alrighty, prayer session, a Zoom meeting. We all see each other, communicate. Yeah, Zoom would be kind of cool to do. But okay, so divinations. Okay, for Kai Sobek and for imagination, and Sarah Austin. Yeah, and I saw that someone in your family had an anniversary of passing. So yeah, but okay. All right, everybody. It's so Kai Sobek and then imagination and then Sarah. And Jory, did you say you wanted one?
Divination, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll kind of interject that in just a minute. So, and Yamana, did you need one? Did you need a fortune?
I'll have a look and see what it says. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they're just trying to get our line up here. So Kai Sobek and then imagination. All righty, guys.
For mine.
Okay. So, hold on. So, oh well. Kai Sobek, here you go. This one just came right out. All right, Kai Sobek, it says, life is a gift. Don't waste it. If if you've been feeling bad lately, then this is a message. Life is a gift. And by the way, thank you for what you said earlier. I really appreciate that, and we love you too. So, Imagination Bound, you're next. There we go. Alrighty, Imagination Bound. It says, life is a mountain, not a beach. So, expect an uphill climb. It's going to be work, but remember, the funny thing about mountains, you keep climbing, you get to the top of that thing, and you got a great view. It just takes work to get there. So, life is a mountain, not a beach. Okay, and then Sarah was next, and then our friends that are on Zoom. Okay, yeah, there you go. Just wondering if your camera was off, but Sarah Austin's first. So here we go. Okay. Sarah, the world belongs to the enthusiast who keeps cool. So yes, be positive, keep your head, and it will be yours. The world belongs to the enthusiast who keeps cool. Okay. Jory, let's see what yours says. Oh, here we go.
He blessed them both of me.
All right. Okay. Okay, Jory, it says, to go too far is as bad as to fall short. So, whatever it is, don't overdo it. To go too far is as bad as to fall too short. Okay, and Yamano, and then we're going to pick up with the requests on the chat. Yep, here we go. Okay. Yamano, it says, accident is the mother of invention.
Okay.
Well, just if something comes up and it seems like, oh man, what do we do about that? It could be an opportunity in disguise. So just treat it that way. Accident is the mother of invention. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Okay, so we left off with Sarah Austin, now we're going to Kit Fox, and then Sean, and then Akira. So, Kit Fox. Mm. Kit Fox, it says, expect great things and great things will come. Expect great things and great things will come. So Stay positive, and it will be positive. Okay, so we had Kit Fox and then Sean Dolman. Okay, and I know you sent me a message. I'll have to check. I've been kind of absorbed in doing video editing most of this week. But, there we go. Sean, here's your portrait. And it says, grasp opportunities to create the future. So, grasp opportunities to create the future. There's a lot of, I'm noticing a lot of that, and there's potential in the air for good things, but in order to get them, we've got to stay focused and stay positive. So, let's see. And then Akira, and then okay, yeah. Where do you go? And salary. Okay. That'd be kind of interesting. And the idea of doing a Zoom, I'd love to do that. Of course, then we'll have the challenge of figuring out how we coordinate, and keep everything, running. But yeah, it's something I'd love to do. And hopefully, I'm trying to clear some things off of my schedule. And you can ask Yamanu. I'm notorious for having a million irons in the fire at once. But I'm trying to get the store, put away and some other things, like that, so I can concentrate on more things like videos, and maybe we can do something with Zoom. Cross your fingers for me, I guess. But all right. So Akira and celery, and then Ashley for life. So, wow. Akira, yours just jumped out. Akira. To be great is to be misunderstood. So don't worry about what other people think of you. Just worry about, kicking ass in paramedic school. To be great is to be misunderstood. Okay, and Akira and celery. So, oh wow. And celery, I'm sure Jehuty was like, here you go. And so celery, it says, achievement is 1% aspiration and 99% perspiration. Of course, that's a variation of what Thomas Edison said about, inspiration and 99% perspiration. So keep working at it. You'll get it. It's just the year is early. Sometimes when you're when you're doing the right things, they'll it may not sound like they have much to say, but that you could I get the sense that you're doing the right things. Just keep at it. Keep working hard. And so our next one was Ashley for life. Oh, here we go. Ashley for life. Life to you is a dashing, bold adventure. And that's what it says. But given the tone of everything that we're noticing, just keep at it and stay positive. The year is just starting. There's lots of things yet to unfold, but sometimes it's hard not to be pessimistic, but that's what this is about. Just keep the faith. It'll get better. Okay. All right, so Brian, okay. All righty. Yeah, sorry, don't worry, we didn't forget you. You start coming, they don't stop. All right, you're gonna get that song in my head now. But yes, I like that. Stay positive and not COVID positive, definitely. But okay, and so Brian. Family Guy has influenced me because I keep wanting to go. Well, say Brian. So. And here is your fortune. Brian, the majority of the word can't is can. Yeah. The majority of the word can't is can. So you can do it. Whatever it is, you can do it.
You missed the larger aspect of that.
Okay. What's that?
The majority of the word can't is can. Typically, there's only one or two small things that's keeping can't from being can. Go address them.
Yeah, knock off that apostrophe T, and then you'll have the can. So, okay, thank you for that extra bit. That's why I like having you able to kind of give a little bit of input when we do this, because you'll notice things that I don't. But there you go. Okay, I'm just looking to make sure I haven't missed anybody else. Let's see. Okay. Alrighty. Well, if there are any more requests for prayers or divinations, just let me know, and we will make sure we get you. And as always, we're thankful that you come join us, and we're glad to have you here, and want to wish a safe and happy week for everyone. So. Oh, did I see you? All right. Any tips for ancestor veneration? We're running into dead end after dead end. Okay, and Sarana needs one. Okay. Yes, you are most welcome. Prayers for recovery from COVID, because my friend Devin got over it, with only minor symptoms, and that's awesome. So okay, let's get Sarana. And when it comes to ancestor veneration, of course, I need to work on that, because that's going to be the topic that I do for October, because with Halloween / Samhain, and then later the Osiris mysteries and all that. That's something I'm going to be working on. And I would just say start with loved ones,
Right.
But Serana needed a divination, so. Here we go. Here we go. Serana. Present your best ideas today to an eager and welcoming audience. Well, Serana, I guess whatever it is you might have been working on, they're saying keep it quiet, and now might be the time to let people know. Present your best ideas today to an eager and welcoming audience.
And even present your best ideas to those who don't give a crap. Because, in the end, your ideas and your enthusiasm matters more than their pessimism. And as a matter of fact, the more resistance you get, the more pig-headed you should be. Press forward.
There you go. Okay. Excuse me, just a sec here. And well, I guess so far so good with my brother. We haven't heard from him, so I guess they got his heater fixed.
He may have froze to death.
Oh. No, he's got 4 cats to go cuddle up with. He's not going to freeze.
That's true. Just sat there with my pussycats and I hoped I wouldn't die. I made it.
No, they like to go and cuddle up with him. He's going to be fine. Yeah. Including the one that we nicknamed Ghetto Garfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually picture, if you will, a tabby cat. Kind of a mackerel tabby, so kind of a tan with darker, the black stripe patterning, and fat cat, because our mom spoiled him rotten to the point where he'll steal food off your plate, and he thinks he owns the place. So that's Ghetto Garfield. He's too low budget to be the real thing, so he's Ghetto Garfield. And I've gotten my brother to start calling him. His real name is Jasper, but we call him Ghetto Garfield now.
Well, most cats think they own the place.
Oh yeah, well.
Well, they do technically, but
yeah, and and I'm gonna have to make him a little print. Eventually I'm gonna make a print with the cat's prayer, to Bast, and I'll have to make one for him. His birthday's coming up, so we might get that to him. Hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Khepri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great in need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the Earth's Ba endures. As the name of Newt in the Shrine of Shinit in Unu, endures. As the name of Osir Kentiamentiu endures. As the name of Aset in Necheru endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus in Pei endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuty in Kamenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Akhet endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Netcheru. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Netcheru, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjet bark, and rest content in the Sekhmet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, cool. Let's see. Starting your semester in grad school next week. These results keep me going. That's awesome. Let's see. Ask Isis for tips for breaking negative patterns and getting direction in life. Okay, Devin wanted a divination.
That tips for breaking negative patterns. She said, "Don't do that. Whatever it is, don't do it."
Okay. Okay. Okay, Dina needs a divination for her younger son. Okay. So let me go ahead and get so Devin and then Dina. And tell you what, David, we'll see if we can pull something for you too. Maybe that'll give you some ideas.
Yeah.
So Devin, Dina, and David.
Oh, well. 3Ds.
Yeah. Well, we're doing this in 3D. So, yeah, Devin first. Come on. Oh, my. Okay, so, yeah, Devin, I guess you got two of them. If you feel like they're reaching out, I guess I have several things to tell you. So, and the first one is, you become more sensitive to the feelings of others at this time. Now let's see what that pairs with. Devin says, prejudice is the child of ignorance. And you become more sensitive to the feelings of others at this time. Do you do some kind of work in advocacy? That's almost what it sounds like. But
well, what they're telling you is you need to find out what's going on and don't play favorites.
Okay. There we go. I'm saying this to right here, so I can refer back to them. And Dina wanted one for her son, or their son. There we go. So Dina, it says, it's interesting. It says, you desire recognition and you will find it. And this was, they were asking about their son.
Be careful. Take your recognition where you get it, but be careful of who's giving it and make sure it's sincere.
I got some kind of a sense, like, are you trying to get them tested for something? Like, and I'm not talking like sick, but like, gifted and talented, or, some other aspect, or, if there's something like that.
And the other thing I would say is don't put your expectations on your son.
Yes, this could also be if you're looking for it, you're going to find it, whether it's good or bad. So don't look for bad, look for good. You desire recognition, you will find it.
Yeah.
Okay. And lastly, David Gonzalez wanted some, make sure I was reading correctly. Yeah. Tips in breaking out of negative patterns.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. It's kind of a...
That's what she said. Don't do that.
Okay. Shit. Whatever it is, don't do it. All right. Well, let's also... Oh, and Carol had to shake the thing, so I bet... Huh. To love and win is the best thing. To love and lose, the next best. I'm going to take a leap of interpretation here because you're worried about breaking negative patterns. And here's something what it says: to love and win is the best thing. To love and lose, the next best. Well, what is it that we're all afraid of? To lose, love and lose. Well, you know what? Don't concentrate on failing. Concentrate on, this is. Notice that both of those, to love and win, to love and lose. Well, what do they both have in common? Is the love. Right. That's what you should be focusing on. Don't worry about, failing if it's in life or a relationship or something like that. Sometimes you can worry about something to a point where you bring it into reality.
What you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
And as far as that negative pattern, stop doing that. It's that simple. You know what you're doing that's negative, stop. Roll up a newspaper and hit yourself. Nope. Nope.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about what was the advice that you gave to Morgan about, going and talking to a girl. Because he's a little bit of anxiety, and he's like really unsure what to go and say to her, because this was actually at Pagan Pride, and there's this cute girl he wanted to go and talk to her, and he's like, well, I don't know what to say, and I won't repeat exactly what Darren said, but he suggested
Can I do it?
Oh well, okay, well go ahead. You can go ahead.
He's like, well, I don't know what to say. So walk up to her and say, hi, I have a penis. He goes, I can't do that. I said, how about hi? My name's Morgan.
And he goes,
oh, I can do that.
Yeah. So when presented with the worst thing, oh my God, you can't do that. Then suddenly,
the simplest is not so hard.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So yeah, and sure enough, he went and he talked to this girl and got her phone number and they texted back and forth a little bit and that was it. But still, he was able to kind of overcome that hesitation. So don't worry about the awful worst thing that could happen. Just just roll with it, and it'll be okay. So. Okay. Okay, I'm worried. Okay, worried as far as worried about son, worried about him and what he's into. But hopefully, that's been some help. Well, hopefully these deep thoughts, not with Jack Hanna, but with us. God, that's a reference that
deep thought with Jack Handy.
Yeah, that's like a 90s thing.
Yeah, that's a 90s Saturday Night Live thing that lasted for about 2 weeks. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of before they were called memes. This was going around like when I was at Louisiana school. People had deep thoughts posted. Things like if you drop your keys into a pool of molten lava, forget it, because man, they're gone. Yeah, that's a deep thought. But hopefully we give you some deep thoughts and things that'll be of some help. So. Yeah. But all right, guys. Well, it's been an hour and 15 minutes. That's about average for our services.
Yeah.
But we're glad to have everyone. We're happy to do stuff like as you saw. Want to make sure everybody's taken care of. So, we thank you all for being here, and we love you, and hope you have a good week, and be safe. And we look forward to seeing you next Friday.
get that. Or
Me?
Oh, and also stay tuned because well, I say stay tuned. Be watching for Monday. I will have the next episode of the Kemetic How-To Guide up, and it should be a lot of fun. So. So much love, and see you soon.